I say Panther running the country well. They put Panther giving the country hell. I say Riza Muhammad does try. They put Riza Muhammad does lie. I say Morgan Job is very great. They put Morgan Job is illiterate. But cross my heart, I never say so. They misprint me calypso. Printer. They used to check your spelling and grammar. Boy, them people then used to make Skylark. They used to check from full stop down to question mark. They didn't have no word processors, no computers and no editors, no technicolor, just black and white. But everything used to be right. Imagine I say Wade Mark job is huge. You know they put Wade Mark is a stooge. I say Ramesh wasting no time. They put Ramesh encouraging crime. I say Sat Maharaj is very special. They put Sat Maharaj is very racial. But cross my heart, I never say so. They misprint me calypso. You know, strange enough, they had no objection. The $60 where I did give them, you know, they give me back without any problem. The only thing between me and you, like they just print their own money too. So your boy was in trouble still. I get $2 $30 bill. Imagine I say Theodore likes to fuss. You know they put Theodore likes to cuss. I say Ralph is at the bonnet down. They put Ralph is a Makume man. I say Sudu is overqualified. They put Ken Sudu never applied. But cross my heart, I never say so. They misprint me calypso. What it is what really caused this fiasco. Well, up to now, I just still ask myself, how come them books reach on top the shelf? Well, no sense you asking Mr. Nanan. He never have no explanation. Anytime they ask him for a statement, all he does tell them is no comment. Imagine I say Panther likes to think. You know they put Panther likes to drink. I say Clinton don't like to get vexed. They put Clinton likes a lot of sex. I say that Honda Civic is fine. They put that Honda Civic is mine. But cross my heart, I never say so. The misprint me calypso.
Check, testing. Just making sure the microphone working. You see, I'm singing a song with plenty importance, so I don't want nothing to interrupt my performance. You see, the other day I went down my manning to find out who is this man behind the bombing. He said, Panther, I don't want to get sued, so the most I could do for you is give you a clue. If you see a man in KFC and you find he acting suspiciously, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
Or if you see a man by the treasury looking at it longingly, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
And this ain't no joke, let me tell you frank. If a man have coke in his water tank, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
And if you see a man with a travel agency with a wicked price for Germany,
Mr. Big.
that is Mr. Big.
Mr.
And if you see a man with a white wig,
that's Mr. Big. Mr. Big. Mr. Big. Mr. Big. Mr. Big.
I turn on and say, listen, Mr. Patrick, could you be a little more specific? You see, Carnival is just round the corner, and I really want to sing something on this bomber. He say, Panther boy, there is a big difference between information and evidence. And although I know you are one of us, there are certain things we cannot discuss. But anytime you see a counselor trying to make conquer with a minister, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
And if you see a pastor with a big estate standing in front of a magistrate, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
And if a man tell you he don't want no bail, he rather they ride the tail in jail, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
Or if you hear a man in Montano crying on the radio, that's
Mr. Big.
that is Mr. Big.
Mr.
And if you
Big.
see the man with the white wig,
that's Mr. Big. Mr. Big. Mr. Big. Mr. Big. Mr. Big. That's Mr. Big.
I said, listen boss, I ain't trying to make comments, but could you at least give me his address? Is he from the town? Is he from the country? Where does Mr. Big reside? Please tell me. He say, Panther boy, I can't say for certain. I don't know exactly where he living. Sometimes he in north, sometimes he in south. Boy, this Mr. Big does be all about. But if you see a man in parliament looking for small talk and argument, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
And if you see a man he broken this week and next week he living like a sheik, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
And if you see a man walking with a limp and he bank account bigger than the blimp, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
And if you see a sprinter named Atto Bolden running with a rising sun,
Mr. Big. Mr. Big. That's Mr. Big.
The pink, Panther.
Mr. Big. Mr. Big. Mr. Big.
thank you.
Mr. Big. That's Mr. Big.
From the time he dropped the first bomb by Marach, Just like Oliver, the man is still at large. So well done by Smokey and Bunky. People drinking beers, but they're still uneasy. I hear they say for carnival coming, they hear jumping up near no dustbin. Boy, this Mr. Big have we in a fizz. So I'm begging the boss to please tell me who he is. So if you meet a man named Von and Paul and you find he ain't making sense at all, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
Or if you catch a man trying to pull a string for them to free Dr. Narayan Singh, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
And if you see a man on a chicken farm trying to raise a false alarm, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
And if you see a Calypsonian from the UNC fighting to come and sing with we,
Mr. Big. Mr. Big.
The thing.
Mr. Big.
The thing. Panther.
Mr. Big. Mr. Big. Mr. Big.
Thank you.
Mr. Big. That's Mr. Big.
asking man in question after question, but to everyone he respond with caution. Trying all kind of different psycho, but them kind of thing I working with Pato. I say give me Mr. Big phone number. Well, that and all he refused to answer. Or what really give me a shock of my life is when I ask, does Mr. Big have a wife? He say, if you see a woman in Siparia taking some pipe from Ganga, that's Mrs. Big.
Mrs. Big.
And if you see an Indian woman in Poison Band whining just like an African,
Mrs. Big.
and anytime you go by Spectacular and you see a woman they call Beulah, that's Mrs. Big.
Mrs. Big.
And if a woman making child for a Jamaican and she tell you plain she want husband, that's Mrs. Big.
Mrs. Big. Mrs. Big. That's Mr. Big.
The thing. The thing. Panther.
Mr. Big. Mr. Big. Mr. Big. Mr. Big. That's Mr. Big.
Check, testing. Just making sure the microphone working. You see, you're singing a song with plenty importance, so I don't want nothing to interrupt my performance. You see, the other day I went down my manning to find out who is this man behind the bombing. He said, Panther, I don't want to get sued, so the most I could do for you is give you a clue. If you see a man in KFC and you find he acting suspiciously, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
Or if you see a man by the treasury looking at it longingly, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
And this ain't no joke, let me tell you frank, if a man have coke in his water tank.
Mr. Big.
And if you see a lawyer named Gillian fighting a case for Franklin Tan, that's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
That is Mr. Big.
Mr.
And if you
Big.
see a man with a white wig,
That's Mr. Big.
love you. Yes.